Hello and welcome back to Ascension. This episode has some good news. I finally finished the mod pack updates I've been talking about for, well, actually since around episode 20. Like, that's when even before then, I talked about the big 2.0 update. Well, it's finally all done. I have the public versions out. They've actually been out for a while now because, I filmed stuff in advance. So when I actually was releasing it, I had videos from the other week going up. So by the time I got around to recording this, anyway, so yeah, the update is finally out and I have a whole bunch of cool stuff to mention. But besides that, I did do some mining, as you might notice here, because I actually need redstone. I'll show you why in a bit. But yeah, I have some more resources and I probably should condense some of these. Aside from mining, I worked a bit around the base, improving like stairways and such, which I'll show you. And yeah, I also did look around for the missing experience and I had no luck. So that's all the experience I have. I have no idea where the other levels went. That went up all the way up to 80. So I guess it might have been a bug. I think what might have been happening is arcane stones. Or arcane scrolls. The arcane stone, when I teleport, it might have deloaded the chunks in a way it didn't save the experience properly. That's the only thing I can think of. Because it seems to happen more when I was using this and not just portals and teleporters. So I don't know. Maybe the teleporters played a role in it too, but that's all I can guess as to what happened. Also, you might have noticed that I don't have my resistance buff, and that's because I turned off the beacon by breaking my head and just placing it next to the beacon. But yeah, I turned it off because I didn't want the crystals draining when I really wasn't benefiting from it. Like, I was just mining and working on the base. I wasn't taking damage to the point I needed resistance. So I decided to save on the crystals. And if I go fight a boss or anything, I'll turn the beacon back on beforehand. Or if I go do anything dangerous where I want resistance. Or I'll forget and be annoyed with myself because I didn't. But either way. So yeah, the beacon's all built and it's still working fine. I just want to save on the crystal's durability. Anyway, so I have some base updates to show you. I don't think I changed too much around here. I'll get to what's in that chest in a minute. But yeah, overall the base is more or less the same as it was before. I have reworked a lot around the stairways. You might notice this is a tad different, but mostly this is the same. But when you come down here, you start to notice a change. For one, this is now the same level as this, which adds a nice bit of, I guess, symmetry. But if you come here, you'll notice that this is now the same level. I realized the only thing that actually went up that actually benefited from the slight raise here was here. So instead of having slabs, I have stairs, and it pretty much works the exact same as before. Doesn't really look that much different. So yeah. So now I have this on level. It works a bit better in my opinion. And it also allowed me to redo stuff down here because I could bring the stairs down sooner, even though I didn't change it much. But pretty much I left this here for the moment, but I think I might actually change that as well. And I just noticed I was getting some weird lighting on the face cam. Sorry about that. I did have some lighting issues recently, so yeah. And hopefully there's nothing creeper down here. But yeah, and all my sheep seem to have been escaping, so I think I'm gonna get rid of the stuff out here. I like the idea of having a sheep farm, and look, it's in the fence. Fences, why don't you work? But oh crap, now I'm in here. But yeah, I like the idea of having a sheep farm out here in the light, but I think I'm gonna just rebuild my farm stuff inside. So the idea is that I'm not sure if I'll keep this door here, but like around here, and I can even push this wall back this way, I believe, and I just broke that light by mistake, whoops. And here's the redstone. I'm not sure if I ever showed this actually, but yeah, like all through here under my main base, I can put farms. There's like nothing stopping me besides I just haven't. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, and if you're wondering what's here, I'll show you in a second, but yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna connect it to this room. I think this room should be something separate, I'm just not sure what. But yeah, I'm going to redo where the farms are because I realized that was the main thing I didn't like about the base, was the farm positioning kind of got in the way and the two staircases down to it just was so redundant. But instead, this now leads to a new room. It goes down further, and I just wanted to note that, yeah, here's where the, teleporter room is. And if you come out here, I did leave this just so I could go between the two. But yeah, you'll see it's under here. It's not very far under, but it's under enough, and it's a spawner room. Okay, so I spent a lot of work on this, probably a lot more time than I should have, but like 2 or 3 blocks above this is where the sheep currently are. I didn't feel like it needed to be super hidden underground, and I did have a bit of like height limits to work with and stuff. Like through that wall over there is the other side of the mountain, which I tried not to mess up much, but I might need to redo this in the future. I could always change how the spawner works a bit, but if you keep going like up this way, it would break out to the side of the mountain, as you can see, like that part. Or I could go up and show you, but anyway. So yeah, I have more teleporters, block teleporters set up there, and where you see the stone and where the black teleporters are facing are where I thought the spawners would go. I could also make them kind of a cluster in the center, but I think I'm making 8 spawners for now, nothing too fancy. If you come down here, you can see I have a little ladder in case I fall in or need to get into the spawners kind of thing. But the water pushes them down, then it pushes them there into the hole, just like I did in the zombie one. And the cool thing is, this is why I need the redstone was all these lights, and yeah, if I push this button, it gets dark, and now mobs can spawn. But just by pushing this button, it lights it all up again. And if you come down here, I try to think of a better way to do this, but this was the easiest. But yeah, so come down here, and this is where I can swing at them. So yeah, it's not the most foolproof system, and I also have this button here to turn off the lights, and the lights above me and there indicate if the mobs can spawn or not too. So you know, it turns off all the lights up there that you saw too. I do need to put an experience chest here, or not experience chest, an item collector chest, and I can also have like sun torches to auto kill them or such, but I don't know, I wanted a spawner in my base and I wanted to make use of the block teleporter, and this is what I came up with. In the future I might expand to make a more massive spawner, but the main issue is it's hard to light it, so mobs, you can turn it off sort of thing if you make it really big. Like how I have it set, the center is still a bit dark, so mobs might even spawn in the very center there, mid-air sort of thing. But overall, I think it fits nicely with the base at the moment, and yeah, I'm happy with it. Okay, so for the mod pack updates, I have a little list over here of all the main changes, but pretty much there's some more bronze recipes, a gas tier recipe, new salvage recipes, some enchant fixes. I actually bugged on some enchant stuff like decapitation, but I finally straightened them out, and also the new steed fashion enchantment I talked about. The chaos potions are back for mobs, so we can start seeing them again, and mobs also have some other drops again, like the iron shards from zombies and such. The loot chests are now for all mobs, and that is over there. I got one already. So yeah, zombies and everything now have a chance at the loot chests with all of their unique drops in them. And there's also herald mobs, which we might run into, which will summon a grimoire boss if killed. They have special names and buffs and such to kind of, you know, make sure you know what's going to happen when you kill them. And they also offer a bit more loot, and the bosses they spawn are a bit tougher than normal. And there also are variant mobs that are like a 1 in 200 chance to spawn, but they come with a buff, but they also have increased experience yield and some other drops. Like there's a creeper that has resistance and drops a diamond with a bit more experience. So, you know, they're meant to be a bit of a rare mob that's a bit more challenging, not super hard like an infernal mob, but kind of like that. Okay, so the first thing I think you're probably wanting to know is what's in this chest. Well, this is a bonus loot chest from a silverfish. Pretty much, it's like a 1 in 500 chance or so to get a bonus chest. But I was just mining around, silverfish popped up, and I think I might have killed like 20 in total. Okay, probably more than 20 because I ran to a lot, maybe 50. But it felt like right after I started mining, I got one like right away. And if you open up, we got some mithril, iron, ender pearls, a golden apple, and the new silver scimitar. So my first chest after the update, I already got one of the unique items. I did get this before the update as well, but I did change some things, so this is actually cool because now I get to show you a comparison between the two. So the first thing I want to show you is the gas tier recipe. Now, I wanted a way to clone gas tiers because, as you saw, they're a pain to get, but I also didn't want to make Sinusite like super common to get. Like, I still want it to be hard. So this is what I came up with. A Nether Shard, you can get 4 from a Nether Star if you convert it. Onyx and a diamond for 1 more gas tier, and you need to have a gas tier to start. So I currently don't seem to have a gas tier. I'm not seeing it in here where it should be, or in here, and I'm not sure why it would be in any of these other chests. So yeah, I need to try and get a gas tier because, as you notice, I have a lot of onyx and a good bit of diamonds, and I can even make a good bit of nether shards. But I don't have any gas tiers, so I find it silly that I have so much onyx, yet I can't make Sinusite. That's kind of why I had the recipe. It's meant to be hard, but for me, it's beneficial at the moment. And the other thing to show you are the new bronze recipes. Now, I don't have a ton of bronze, although I think I can make more. Yeah, I have enough to make a good bit more. But yeah, pretty much I want bronze to be a bit more usable in place of iron, and here's what I came up with. I already had the teleporters, but now I changed it so all the meteor items need bronze. You can't make them with iron anymore. See, so you have to use bronze, which I thought was fitting, and they don't really look like they use iron that much, or It seems plausible anyway. But you also can use bronze to make hopper ducks, sturdy ladders, hoppers, and yeah, that's it. I almost said bronze, but of course you can use bronze to make bronze. And the other thing are some salvages. So pretty much, you know how I have all these saddles, horse armors, and pet claws, but they're not really that useful. So I added some recipes to turn them back into raw resources. So I can turn saddle into leather, and these back into a couple of their ingots. One less than it would take to make them in the up conversion. Like, you can't actually make an iron claw, but you can turn it into a gold and then into a diamond. So it would take, 3 to make one, but you can turn it back into 2. So it's a bit of a, trade-off. And same for horse armor. It takes 5 to upgrade it, but you only get 4 back. So, yeah, now I can salvage some of these to save on chest space, which I think I'll do right now. Okay, so I salvaged all of those items, and, yeah, I got a good bit of gold, iron, and leather, and, chest space. So, yeah, I also want to set my, therium smelting. I forgot to do that off camera, but as you see, I got a lot more adamantium because, pretty much I was mining just for redstone, but I did it in the adamantium mining level because, it's one of those why not? If you're mining, you might as well sort of things. But, yeah, I ended up getting a ton of adamantium. I didn't really try. I just kept running into it like crazy. So it's like, I just want redstone for all those lamps and such I need to make. But nope, adamantium everywhere. Anyway, while that is smelting, I want to head over here and put the new silver scimitar in the Hall of Ascension, and we can compare it to the old one, because I still have the old one from before I changed how that stuff worked. And, yeah, it's probably not too different, but I try to make these weapons a bit more viable, like weapons you'd actually want to use, which originally was not the case. So as you see, this is just +7 attack damage, sharpness, acid, and it radiates corrosion as its text. This one, on the other hand, it's pretty much the same, only it has, yeah, the enchantments are in slightly different order, but it has 9 attack damage. Instead of being on par with diamond, it's actually better than diamond now. It has a slightly different lore text there, and it also has unbreaking because, iron swords don't last too long. So, yeah, that's the new silver scimitar. And here's the old one, which I'll probably just throw my other chest back up here because I don't have much of our use. And also, I did want to note, yeah, we did complete that one, but I don't want to destroy the signs so we actually remember what I had to do sort of thing. But yeah, I do want to work more on these, and I think the sign that would go there is defeat the mini bosses. It hasn't been like a huge goal of mine, but I think I already defeated a good bit of them. So, yeah, maybe I'll add something else, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so the next thing I want to do in this episode is enchant the chestplate. As I mentioned before, I didn't want to get my final replacement battle chestplate until the update so I could get steadfast. So I got some items here, and yeah, this will get us steadfast, and this will get us protection, hopefully. So if I do... Let's just do that. I'm worried I won't get protection because iron's not as good as diamond, but it's close enough, and yeah, so, ta-da! There we go. That's a perfect enchantment. Steadfast, it's not that useful, but it reduces knockback. So hopefully if a skeleton's trying to, shoot me backwards, I could just use Steadfast and hopefully not get hit back as far. So if I actually take that, here's the old one, which had Cold Touch, and now the replacement, which has Steadfast. So I'll put this here. I'll have to try and remember to name it later. I also have to name a lot of these other weapons. But yeah, now we have that as a spare, and we have a new chest plate for my battle armor set. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is enchant my bow. Now, I don't have a ton of levels to be, I guess, careless with, and I'm going to have a tough time getting this down to exactly 30. But, yeah, oh, there we go. I believe in burning bows gives you a chance of power. I do have a power book here, but I don't want to use a bunch of levels to clone it because I'm still kind of low on levels. And I do have an infinity book. I don't think I have one cloned, but I just want a power bow for the moment. I can work on upgrading it later off camera or whatnot. But yeah, so I burn 2 bows. I put this in here and I enchant and I get power and unbreaking. Wait, that's power 4. Oh well, now when I clone this book, I can... yeah, I can use 2 books and combine to get power 5 for future cloning, and then I can combine the 3rd book and put on here to make this power 5, and then clone the infinity book and apply infinity, and yeah, it should be good. So pretty much what I want to do is, if you look in here, I have a couple target cards and a block teleporter. So if this does work out, I'm hoping, I'll be able to go to a grinder, teleport the spawners out, and then, yeah, it should be good. So my goal is to get 8 spawners in the grinder, but I don't want to take apart my current grinders if I can, because, well, spawners aren't that rare, so hopefully it works out well enough. But if we come over here, Actually, I think it was in the other one over here. I had that one village, or the swamp too. So, yeah, there's a few locations where there's zombie spawners I can loot, so let's head there. Okay, so if I remember right, this kind of set off accidentally, but yes, they still have a couple spawners in it. So, oh god. There were zombies there too, weren't there? Yep, there's zombies. So, yeah, my goal is to try and teleport as many of these spawners out as I can. Aha! I evaded him, but not him. So yeah, it didn't have the full 6, so I didn't want to make it into a grinder. But if I do that and I put this there, boop. So there's the first spawner, and it should be back at my grinder now. And oh god, that broke quickly, and accidentally broke that as well. And I probably am going to be assaulted by a zombie, but oh no, we're still good, and there's still a lot more spawners here. So I put that there and put this one in, I believe it is. I wonder what happens if I put it to one that already has one. Anyway, yeah, I can actually leave this here because I'm going to come back for the other ones, but I need to head back to my grinder now so I can change the target cards. Okay, so if I come here, yep, the zombie spawners are exactly where they should be. The problem is I need to get out to there to set the other teleporters for the thingy-mahoozits. Yeah, words. So, yeah, I had those as the ones before, so now if I right-click with this, or shift right-click, it should have changed it to those. Oh god, there's a creeper waiting for me. Don't blow up the spawners. That was close. Oh god. I probably should disable the spawners. That would be the smart thing to do. But, yeah, so I'm back here now. And I brought anchor stone just so I could bind that. Just throw that back in there. I don't need it right now. But there's one more spawner to get. And I think this is actually just one short of having all of its spawners intact. But, yeah, now that's teleported. And if I just grab that again, and I can teleport that one. I think I might just do all zombies for the moment because, you know, why not sort of thing. So now I can teleport back to the base. I'll get the target for the next 2, and I have to move the spawners here. And then I can go back at the one zombie spawner there and head to the next location where I know there's spawners. Okay, after doing some fancy cobble scaffolding, I was able to move the block teleports from there over to here. So yeah, hopefully this all works. I reset the target cards, and now because I have this other anchor stone I made for the occasion, I can just zip right back over here. And yeah, hopefully I can get this. Well, I know I'll get this one. It's not like anything's really going to happen to prevent me from getting this, I hope anyway. So, ta-da! Now I got that spawner back where it should be in my little spawner room thing, and I can teleport back to my base and head to the next grinder spawner location thing. Okay, I came here to the deserted village because I forgot this had any, but look, over there in the distance, it's a villager! Someone still lives! I thought they all... Oh, well... Yeah, it was just the bottom ones that got blown up here, I think. So, yeah, this should, if I right-click, it unbinds, bind here. So, yep, now I have all the spawners I need. So, I'm going to put this here, break that, and boop, and back you go. So, now I head back to the base. I set it to the final 2, and yeah, I should have all 8 functioning. We can see how the spawner works. Okay, so this is the last spawner I need, and if I just put this in, it will teleport it. The torch comes to me. I still have all my target cards, and I've had to put a torch down here just in case it gets dark. But yeah, so now I have all 8 grinders or spawners set up in my grinder, and I don't really need the other anchor stone bound there, so I can just unbind this and throw it back in here. So yeah, now if I break those, okay, I got all 5. And I don't really need this ladder here anymore. Ooh, I do need to get up, though. If I fail this jump, that's not going to end well. But I'm going to fail the jump. Oh, I actually did it. So, yeah. I'll just put this here for the moment so you can see. Oh, wow, that got darker than I thought it would. So, yeah. So now I have all the spawners in place for my base grinder. And if I turn off the lights... Oh, God. They did not delay at spawning at all. So now if I come down here. Oh, they can hit me. I want to do the trapdoor thing, but yeah, I think I have a working grinder. Let's turn the lights back on and make sure they all stop spawning, but it should stop them all from generating more zombies. So yeah, it seems to work. So let me get some more things to patch this place up, and yeah. Okay, so I almost got everything I need. I just wanted to make a couple more things real quick. Mainly that I wanted some more item collectors and advanced item collectors at that, which I really hope I got the recipe right. Yes, I did. Okay, so I think I have everything to go revise that area. And yeah, one thing I wanted to mention is I have been getting down there by jumping like this, and that does take some damage. Actually, I just realized I have my good armor. Whoops, I probably should not have done that in that. But yeah, instead of building a stairway down, I was thinking I might just leave that and put shock absorbers down here, because they will negate all fall damage. So I don't know, it would be a cool way to get around my base, but it's not really a good long-term solution, I suppose. But yeah, it's just something I thought that might be interesting to see or try. So yeah. Anyway, let me get this set up real quick, and yeah. Okay, so I redid this room, and I put the button over here so I could put the chest here. I guess I could have put the chest there as well, but I thought, why not? So yeah, the chest has its little item collector here for a radius of 10, so it should grab all their items. I redid this because I thought it looks better this way. Unfortunately, I can't walk here with mobility on because of the slab issue with it. But I can walk up here, and hopefully now they won't be able to hit me due to the trapdoors and the slabs. I can still hit them. And I can change it if their experience doesn't come through well, but it should. And yeah, if I push this button, it ironically flips the trapdoor because there's a repeater right over there. But I can't really change that, so is one of those mobs taking damage? Huh. Anyway, now if I swing at their feet here, yeah, I'm getting their experience just fine, it looks like. And yeah, this is a pretty efficient farm. Also, I did turn down... Oh, there's a variant zombie! And we got iron from it, I think. But you didn't really see it because, yeah, but the variant zombie spawns and he has strength. And he'll drop 2 iron ingots when you kill him. It's pretty much just meant to be a slightly harder than normal zombie. And also, there's a chance when killing these guys, their bonus chest will drop. And with this setup over something like spikes, I actually will get the chest here. So, yeah, that'd be cool if we could get that. But yeah, I'm getting really fast levels, as you can see, and look how fast my hunger's going down. So, yeah. Well, I already got to level 30, so I think I'm going to head up here, and I just want to see how quick they spawn real quick. Yeah, how quick they spawn real quick. So, let's just look in here for a second. But yeah, when I'm underneath it, it should definitely be within range, so they all start spawning, which is why I did that loop under design, which I'm really liking. It seems like a much better system than, well, most other spawners I designed. Anyway, I'm going to turn on the lights, I'll go down, kill the ones remaining. Actually, let's look at the loot real quick, because, oh, yeah, right, it probably would have picked that up in there and not in my inventory. But yeah, let me just slaughter these guys real quick, and then we'll look at the loot, and yeah. Okay, for like 1 minute of zombies, I got all this, including a leather tunic. It's not that much stuff, but we did get some diamond shards at least, since that's now back, which is pretty cool. You know, little shards, they help build towards ingots anyway. So I do think I grabbed the actual iron ingots from the variant there, unless it's some other zombie that somehow spawned with strength, which I don't think is possible. And I will be closing this soon enough, so yeah. Anyway, I want to head back here because, yeah, this is now done. Okay, remember how we had 44 adamantium? Yeah, that's how much therium we got. And oh my god, look at the levels. We jumped up to 45 because, of course, therium gives, like, mad experience. So, I actually think I'm going to break that for now so I can get the experience from this as well. But, yeah, and I want to take some coal. So, I don't think I'm going to wait around for this all to smelt because it's going to take a while. But, I'll try and save it so I can show you next episode. If not, well... pretty much I'm probably going to get over a stack of therium. Let's leave it that way. I have 21. I might do some more mining off camera. We'll see. But, yeah. And before I end the episode, I actually want to enchant. So I probably should, you know what? I think I'll just save all my experience for now. I might grind some more levels, but I would like to work on the base and prepare some more stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this episode here. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode and the updated mod pack. And if you do want to play it for yourself, go check out the forum post. There's a link in the description. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.